Hi, my name is Sharam. In this video, we're going to be talking about something that if you see it, you literally will not be able to unsee it. It's like seeing into the goddamn matrix and like in the matrix of existence. And I think it's really cool. So first of all, if you don't know, if you're new to this channel, what I talk about is I talk about surrender. I talk about the concept of surrender being this deep, emotionally healing practice in which you can surrender to grief, surrender to pain, surrender to all the little things that we almost refuse to feel as humans, and it turns them into this deep, emotionally healing experience. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about this phenomena, this interesting phenomena that I love witnessing. It's like I saw it originally in myself. Let's get a bit more comfortable. Oh, hello there. I saw it originally in myself, but the more I help people surrender and let go and all this stuff, it's this thing that keeps on happening. Now, does it happen every single time? No. The thing that I'm about to share is this thing that it's like a sign that someone has surrendered. It's not the only sign. It's a sign that they have healed. Again, it's not the only sign, but once you start to see it, you will not be able to unsee it. Okay. Where to begin? Basically, if there is a part of you that you have left behind, like a part of you that you have suppressed, a part of you that you have been afraid of, what I've noticed is when people are truly healed in that area, they will quite almost literally pick up where they left off. Now, let me explain what that means, because pick up where they left off, what does that mean? It means that, like, I have examples in both like workplace and relationships, mostly relationships because that's where I originally started seeing this. But this means that if someone is finally ready to go and meet people, it does not matter where they have been doing it. It means that they will pick up where they left off. It means that literally the last place that they had a wholesome relationship with that thing that they surrendered around. So say, for example, they had a wholesome relationship with having relationships, they will pick up where they left off. I'm trying to think of examples that don't give away who the people are, but I have seen examples where someone finally let go a little bit, and they literally dated the very fucking first person that they dated. Not that that's saying that's the most wholesome thing, but they, like, what we do is we go back, we relive the past, we pick up where we left off. I've seen people who've started careers, like they've been struggling or something like that, and they've gone and they've finally been, like, accepted a part of themselves, and they've re-picked up a career almost literally where it left off. What else was there? There was a really good example. It's this thing, right? Happened with me recently. So I've had a lot of fear around my hair. See, I often share this. I feel like it's a bit thin here. So when I was a kid, I used to wash my hair every day. My hair was a huge, like, fun thing for me. I loved it. I loved styling and I loved doing all these things. And then I became afraid of being vain, and then I became afraid of looking good, basically. And I really think that my thin hair, parts of my thin hair, is actually psychosomatic. Like, I know I come from a family of it, but I really truly believe that's almost like hereditary pain, and I'm working on that. The other day I finally surrendered something around my hair that I realized that I was being afraid of washing it, because I was being afraid of washing it with and seeing what it looks like thin, because when it's wet and stuff like that. Anyway, the other day I was like, I'm going to start washing my hair more often. Who gives a shit? And like the way I used to do as a kid. And long story short, I ended up buying the exact I ended up buying the fucking, what do you call it, shampoo that I wanted as a child, basically. We pick up where we left off. I'm trying to think of more examples, but for now I think that's enough. What ends up happening is that when we are avoiding an emotion or avoiding a part of ourselves, like grief, pain, anxiety, things like that, sometimes what we do is we put that aspect of ourselves on hold. So it'll be like you can use the word suppressing, but I like the phrase putting it on hold. So what'll happen is someone will, like, say for example, they're afraid of playing, like they're afraid of games. Let's say that, because that's a common thing. I see that. People reach a certain age, they feel like they should be grown up, and then they stop playing being fucking any extent of that word, and then they stop letting themselves be themselves because they think they need to be a grown-up, and then they start creating a lot of pain in themselves. When they finally give themselves permission to play, they often end up picking up the games that they left off. They literally will go back and continue because that's the part that was left on hold. And it was the part of themselves that was left on hold and needed to grow and to become more and more and more. We are whole people. There is not an aspect of you that should be left behind. That is an aspect that wants to love, wants to play, wants to be the person you're meant to be. That's what surrender is about. It's about making the good, the bad good, the good great, and being who the fucking person you're meant to be. We want to open our hearts up to everything we are and everything we want and everything that we are at a deep, deep level. And most people don't. We don't because we're so used to having problems that we don't think that there is a way out. And so upon surrendering, upon realizing that you can surrender to certain emotions, that you can surrender to certain feelings, and surrendering to the parts of who we are that we have left behind, and to feel the repressed pain that held it back, so to feel the anxiety, the grief, the whatever. Like for example, when I'm working with people in relationships, 90% of the time, it's literally stuck energy of grief. It's literally they have not grieved enough. And we will cry together. Or they will cry and be like, why am I crying? And we're like, it's okay. Like, I joke about it, but I used to say, what did I used to say? It's like, if you didn't cry, something would be wrong. Because that's the fucking truth. Everyone wants to learn how to get someone to like them, but no one fucking likes themselves. And I know that's a really easy statement to say, but it's like when you realize that you're fine and whole as you are, you start giving love rather than trying to give to get. The other day, and if you ever watch this, to this person I'm about to reference here, without referencing, fucking, hey man. But the other day I was approached by this guy who wanted to get on the phone with me, potentially to sell me something. Now, there's nothing wrong with selling. Fuck, I'm selling you here, right now. Buy Surrender, it's free. And I could feel this motherfucker's tension, this fear, this, I gotta play the game, this energy. And then out of nowhere, it's like, oh, do you want to get on a call and talk about your things? And I'm like, I can't. Like, I can't even, right now, I still haven't replied to this guy. I cannot say, like, no. I cannot say yes, because I feel that he's got so much junk around that it transpons onto me. If you ever want to know why someone doesn't fucking reply, it's because we are full of gunk. We are full of emotional gunk that is struggling, that is not letting our purest intent get out, which is, I admire you, I like you. So that's the thing. And what most people do is they will pick up where they left off, where they finally have surrendered enough. They will find love where it already exists. And that's the motherfucking fun part. That's the fun part. I love it. I love seeing, like, it's a natural thing. Like, what people will do is if they really meet someone that they love and that is good for them, they will go back and revisit all their past relationships with a new light. But it's the same thing. If you want something to work for you, find love where it already exists. Pick up where you already left off and motherfucking learn to surrender.